You should remind yourself every day not to kill, not to steal, not to commit sexual misconduct, not to lie, and not to take intoxicants. And also not to have others do those actions for you, rejoice in those actions that others do, and compliment others for doing those harmful actions. So, committing a bad action, a wrong action, can cause harm to yourself and everybody who was involved. Lying is also very common in today's world. People like to lie left and right. There is this term also we call a white lie, which many people like to refer to as not a lie, but just something that isn't true, which doesn't make much sense because if it's not true, then it's considered a lie. This small white lie that many people call can eventually lead into many deeper, harsher lies in the near future or in the far future. An intoxicant can be many things, and this would include alcohol, beer, wine, marijuana, any sort of drug that can be addictive or harm our physical body and our mind. For example, if you take beer and you get drunk from beer, it can hinder your mind and cause you to do things that you would usually not do. You would commit many actions. Some people, when they consume beer, they even kill, they steal, they cheat on their own partner, they lie, and they even take more intoxicants because they think it will make them feel better or it will make the pain go away. Whether you view Buddhism as a religion, a way of life, or a philosophy, the 5 precepts can bring peace towards everyone. It can prevent war, it can prevent breakups in relationships, it can prevent breakups in friendships, or any sort of conflict. You should also have loving kindness towards all beings. Loving kindness includes being nice, being friendly, and genuinely loving all beings. You should not just show love to others outside, but also internally. ខ្ញុំព្រះករុណាសូមនមស្ការថ្វាយបង្គំចំពោះសម្ដេចព្រះសក្យមុនីជាអង្គម្ចាស់និងបរមគ្រូនៃយើងដោយសេចក្តីគោរពប្រការទី2ខ្ញុំព្រះករុណាសូមនមស្ការថ្វាយបង្គំចំពោះព្រះធម៌ដ៏ប្រសើរមាន2ប្រការគឺព្រះបរិយត្តិធម៌និងព្រះនិព្វានលោកតរធម៌ដោយសេចក្តីគោរពនិងប្រការទី3ខ្ញុំព្រះករុណាសូមនមស្ការថ្វាយបង្គំចំពោះព្រះសង្ឃដ៏ប្រសើរមាន2ប្រការគឺព្រះសមត្ថសង្ឃនិងព្រះអរិយសង្ឃដោយសេចក្តីគោរពហើយនឹងសូមនមស្ការថ្វាយបង្គំចំពោះព្រះអង្គគ្រូប្រធមវិជ្ជាពុទ្ធសាសនានិងសូមនមស្ការថ្វាយបង្គំចំពោះព្រះអង្គសេលកុតោហើយនឹងសូមចម្រើនពរញាតិញោមពុទ្ធបរិស័ទដែលអញ្ជើញមកស្ដាប់នៅព្រះធម៌ទេសនាដល់ខ្ញុំព្រះករុណាអាត្មាភាពសម្ដែងថ្ងៃនេះ I would like to pay my homage to the Lord Buddha, teacher of gods and humans. I would like to pay my homage to the Dhamma, the teachings of the Lord Buddha. And I would like to pay my homage to the Sangha, the disciples of the Lord Buddha. And also like to pay my homage to the Venerable Buddha the meditation teacher, and I would like to pay my homage to the Venerable Sila Kutto, a meditation trainee here, and I would also like to welcome all meditation trainees, visitors here today. Today, I will be giving a Dhamma talk in just English, and the Dhamma talk will be about Sila and Samādhi. Sila is discipline, and Samādhi is meditation. Sila, as I talked about yesterday, includes the 5 precepts. The 5 precepts are a basic part of life, and I will go into more depth about them today. So the first precept is I promise not to harm or kill any living being, have someone else harm or kill any other living being, rejoice in having others kill or harm a living being, or compliment them for killing another living being. This is the first precept. And there are many jobs in this world today that involve killing another living being. Some people like to raise animals in their homes, such as chickens or ducks, and then later kill them to eat. This is not the right way to approach anything. You have to keep all living beings in peace and alive, because as the Lord Buddha said, all living beings want to live. They have the same life as us humans do. And when we kill living beings, we are bringing ourselves bad karma. And what karma is basically when you commit an action, the action will have a result in the future. It may be the near future or the far future, but the future. And what killing does is it will bring us into what we call the undesirable realms. So there are 4 of them in Buddhism. The first one would be the animal realm. The second undesirable realm we call the Asura Gaya, which is also known as the hungry ghost realm. The Preta realm, which is a similar realm, and hell, as you may know, which is the worst realm of all. When we kill, this will most likely bring us to hell, and if we use a weapon such as a knife to kill another living being, the knife will be used to torture us in hell because of the weapon we chose to kill another living being. And the torture is non-stop and lasts for a long time. But even then, after finishing your karma in hell, you still have to go through other karma in other realms. This will be the same for all of the precepts. The second precept, which is I promise not to steal, not to have others steal for me, not to rejoice in others stealing, and not to compliment others for stealing. So stealing, when many people think of it, is such could be robbing a bank or taking someone else's money, but stealing can go to more death. So there are many people who come to other religious monasteries, and those people try to cheat their way into making money. They try to steal the offerings that they offer to the monks or in other religions, priests, or maybe a pope. And it doesn't matter what religion, all religions teach you to be peaceful, to remain kind to all beings. And when you try to steal from those religious monasteries, you put yourself in a very bad position after you die. And stealing will also bring you into the lower undesirable realms. And it also depends on what you steal. If you steal something that is of lower value, your karma will be lighter. But if you steal something of higher value, such as, let's say, a watch that has been passed down for generations, that karma that you stole from the other person will be heavier because that watch is of higher value. The third precept is I promise not to commit sexual misconduct, have others commit sexual misconduct for me, rejoice in others committing sexual misconduct, and complimenting others for committing sexual misconduct. What sexual misconduct is cheating on your own partner or cheating with someone else's partner sexually. And this is very common today and even during the Buddha's time, the Lord Buddha's time. Cheating will also bring you into the lower undesirable realms, but particularly hell. And when you cheat on your partner or cheat with someone else's partner, it would not only bring you bad karma, but it could possibly turn other people's karma bad too, because they will feel negative emotions and they could possibly harm you or harm their partner. And when you think about it, that causes problems for everybody. So committing a bad action, a wrong action, can cause harm to yourself and everybody who was involved. And even anybody who wasn't involved, they may take sides, they may try to avenge the victim, and this is something that we have to try to prevent so that we ourselves do not accumulate bad karma. The fourth precept is I promise not to lie, have others lie for me, rejoice in others lying, and complimenting them for lying. Lying is also very common in today's world. People like to lie left and right. There is this term also we call a white lie, which many people like to refer to as not a lie, but just something that isn't true, which doesn't make much sense because if it's not true, then it's considered a lie. So we have to refrain, we have to prevent ourselves from any sort of lie, whether it's a white lie or any deep lie. Because what lying can do, it can cause a lot of breaks, a lot of conflict in relationships, friendships, and everything. Children, when they grow up, if they grew up lying, they may lie on their job applications, let's say, in the everyday world, and they may get the job, but whatever is not the truth will always be revealed. So if they lie on their job applications, their employer will eventually find out that they're not experienced enough to have that job, and they would get fired. And the duty of a child is to take care of their parents, take care of their family. And if they lose their job, they don't have a job anymore, they won't be able to do that. So that's one way a lie can harm everybody. Another example of a lie, if we refer to white lies, would be a young child taking candy from a place that they should not have. For example, if their parents told them that they could only have one piece of candy and they take another one or many more without their parents looking, and then their parents ask what happened to all of the candy, and the child says, I don't know, then that is also considered a white lie. This is why we have to teach children when they are still young not to lie. Because this small white lie that many people call can eventually lead into many deeper, harsher lies in the near future or in the far future. The fifth precept is I promise not to take intoxicants, have others take intoxicants for me, rejoice in others taking intoxicants, and complimenting others taking intoxicants. So an intoxicant can be many things, and this would include alcohol, beer, wine, marijuana, any sort of drug that can be addictive or harm our physical body and our mind. For example, if you take beer and you get drunk from beer, it can hinder your mind and cause you to do things that you would usually not do. You would commit many actions. Some people, when they consume beer, they even kill, they steal, they cheat on their own partner, they lie, and they even take more intoxicants because they think it will make them feel better or it will make the pain go away. But it has been proven, and even through someone's own personal experience, this has never been true to help them. Any sort of intoxicant, any drug, always ends up badly. there have been many famous people, many celebrities that have taken drugs and they have ended their own lives because of how damaged their physical body was and how damaged their mind was. Because eventually when you take intoxicants too much, your body will depend on it, and when it depends on it, it gets to a state that you won't be able to live without it anymore. And when you get to that point, it'll be hard to go back. So if you have ever taken intoxicants and got to that point, you should seek help immediately to prevent yourself from going down a bad path. Because intoxicants also can lead you to the lower undesirable realms, the animal realm, the Sorakaya, hungry ghost, the Preta realm, and hell. So you should remind yourself every day not to kill, not to steal, not to commit sexual misconduct, not to lie, and not to take intoxicants. And also not to have others do those actions for you, rejoice in those actions that others do, and compliment others for doing those harmful actions. These are the 5 precepts that even if you're not a Buddhist, it is good to follow. Whether you view Buddhism as a religion, a way of life, or a philosophy, the 5 precepts can bring peace towards everyone. It can prevent war, it can prevent breakups in relationships, it can prevent breakups in friendships, or any sort of conflict. Along with the 5 precepts, you should also have loving kindness towards all beings. Loving kindness includes being nice, being friendly, and genuinely loving all beings. You should not just show love to others outside, but also internally. You should feel it. And when you combine the 5 precepts and loving kindness towards all beings, you will bring yourself a lot of merit, a lot of good karma that eventually will help you in the future when you pass away in this life. After the 5 precepts and loving kindness, you should also meditate, which is Samādhi in Pali. Meditation is a good way to calm your mind and help you bring peace to yourself. It is also the highest form of merit in Buddhism. When you meditate, when you really meditate and focus on your breathing, you, even for 1 minute, it is worth so much merit that it is hard to even imagine. Even if you gave someone $1 million, it is not the same as meditating for 1 hour or 30 minutes. Meditation will bring you to desirable realms. Those desirable realms include heaven, and in Buddhism we call also there's the Brahma realm, which is a higher realm than heaven. And eventually when you meditate enough, not in this life, but in future lives, you'll reach Nibbana. And Nibbana is a place where the Lord Buddha and past Lord Buddhas and their disciples who achieve arahantship, which the closest translation is sainthood, go to. They all go to Nibbana after they pass away because of all the merit they have accumulated in their past lives and their present life. The Lord Buddha would not have been the Lord Buddha today if he had not meditated. Because for 6 years, nearly 6 years, he meditated the wrong way and he made himself suffer because he thought that that was the path to liberation. However, this was not the path, and although he did meditate, he went about it the wrong way, and eventually he found out that he was doing it the wrong way. And once he did, he started eating again after starving himself for over 6 years. And once he ate, he had enough energy to meditate properly. And when he meditated, he focused on his breathing. And then soon after, he became the Lord Buddha that we all know today. So, in simple terms, meditation is very important along with sila. And when we combine sila and Samādhi, which is the 5 precepts and meditation, we can bring ourselves to accumulate good karma. And this good karma will eventually help us reach Nibbana one day in a future life. So, even if you do not consider yourself a Buddhist, these 2 factors will help anybody, because the 5 precepts and meditation will bring peace towards everyone, every living being. So, before I end this Dhamma talk, I would like to offer everybody here happiness, and may you all live a good life, and may you all have peace internally and externally, and may all living beings live peacefully and one day reach Nibbana.